I hope to see more YouTube students too. I see Zirfa, Athira, and Nur Ashikin. Thank you so much for joining today's class. Hi, if you can hear me and see me clearly, that's great. If you need me to slow down, speak up, go louder, go quieter, feel free to do so. I am more than welcome to accommodate. But speaking of accommodating, do you have a book and pen with you? A glass of water? Are you comfortable? If you have said yes to all of the above, great. And if not, find a book and pen, grab a cup of water, and get yourself comfortable. All right. So make sure make sure you're ready. We're going to have another half an hour of class. You're a Form 5 student, so I expect that you're going to be tired. It's 5:30. I understand that, and you have a half an hour. You're here because you're ready for the class. Maybe you're here because you just have to finish the class. Your parents told you to. I understand that. I respect that. All I ask is that if you have any questions, feel free to ask them. For those on the Zoom, you're free to ask me questions verbally also. You can unmute if you need to. Just don't interrupt me. I will pause for moments if anyone has questions. Or you can ask me in the chat first and I'll call you out by name so that we can have that conversation. All right. With that being said, and without further ado, let me bring up just a moment, the slides. All right. So today we're talking about the rational close and information transfer part 2. Again, we're talking about the rational close. Your Form 5 students, your examinations coming up soon, I'm not mistaken. And we're going to talk about information transfer specifically. Now, in the exams, and the reason why we talk about exam formats is so that you know how to tackle your paper. A lot of times students go through that paralysis. Whenever they open a paper, they're like, oh my God, that's so much to do. And they get stressed and then they don't do much because they're stressed and they have to overcome that stress first. We here at Mrs. eKelas are trying to help you with that. Try to help you get past that fear, that paralysis, and get to answering the questions so that you can have a good time. Information transfer session part 5 is part of paper 2 of the Bahasa Inggris SPM paper. This session carries 8 marks. You are required to answer 8 questions that are based on a passage. These questions test a student's understanding and ability to extract information from the passage. All right, so this is 8 marks. If you get them all right, get all your marks. So that's great. You want to make sure you get that. You want to make sure you understand that this is the format we're going through. Now, how to attempt this section? 1, read the passage, pay attention to the details in this section. 2, 3, after reading the passage, ensure that you read and study each question carefully. 4, look for keywords or common vocabulary in the passage that match those in the answer spaces. And finally, your answer should be not more than 1 word. And because it's only 1 word, you're going to have to make sure a few things. 1, that you spell it correctly and that you get it right, because if not, you're losing the 1 mark. Now, here we have the visual. Adults on happiness. We have A, B, and C. A, Niratati. Happiness to me is the little things in life, the way the moon shines, the smell of grass, and sunset. All these are the greatest things in life. B, Michelle, 40. Happiness to me is being able to help others. When you help others, not only are you making another happy, you are also making yourself happy. C, Beatrice. Happiness to me is focusing on the positives and ignoring the negatives in life. Life is too short for us to be upset about every downfall. Now, after reading the text, answer the questions that follow. Which paragraph, A to C, describes the following personal meanings of happiness? Now, if you notice, it took me a while to read through the text. I read it for your benefit. However, for the exam, what we often recommend students to do is read the question first. You heard me right. Here's an exam tip. Read the question first. Why? The question gives you most of the things you need to know. 1, what do you need to know from the paragraph? We need to know which paragraph describes the following personal meanings of happiness, which means we need to find the statements that reflect what they said. Is it A, B, or C? So here we have the keywords. Happiness is a general word, is being thankful for things granted in life. So immediately look for the passages and look for the keywords. We have the keyword here, life, positives and ignoring negatives. Life is too short to make upset for every downfall. Let's check number B, is there life, help others, also make them happy. the things we take for granted in life, happens to me those things in life. So it could be C. So we'll put there potentially C for now. A second tip is don't put your answers just yet. Go through all the answers first to see if we have a confirmed answer, and then go back to see what questions we're not sure about. I'm not sure about number one, so I'm going to put an unsure symbol here. This is my personal way. I put an unsure symbol there so I can know, but I can know to refer to it back. Now, number two, happiness is found by paying attention to the good things in life rather than the bad. So good rather bad. So we look into here, focusing on positives, ignoring negatives. So now we know that two fits C specifically. So I know number two is C. Like A and B don't really fit. Then number three is aiding others. That's the key word here, aiding others or helping others. So help only comes out here, help others only comes out in B. So now that I'm quite sure that 3 is B, let me check to see if number 1 is A. Thankful for the things we take for granted in life. It's the little things in life. So little things are often taken for granted, like the way the moon shines, smells of grass. All these can be considered things that we could probably take for granted. So that becomes A. So here is the answer set. Let's see if I got it right. Hold on. There we go. A and C and B. So that's how I got the answers. So here are the two things I recommended you to do to save time. One is to read the question and look for the keywords. The keywords again were thankful, granted, taken for granted, paying attention, and rather than the bad, and then aiding others. Number three was definite. We knew that already. And that made it easier for us to discern which answer was for number one and number two, if that makes sense for you. So again, keywords, go to here, and then go through all the questions potential answers first. We weren't sure about number one. It could be C or A, but it was definitely not B. We knew that number two was C, like definitely, and number three was definitely B. Maybe two we weren't sure, but three we definitely knew it was B. So now that we know the number two could have been B or C is definitely C, A was definitely A. So that's how I recommend students to approach questions like this in the exam. Like I said, I know Form 5 students are a bit tired right now, so I'm going to go with this format. I think this helps. If it does, say yes, and I can develop this format of answering questions for you. Instead of me waiting for everyone to answer, I'll delve into why a question is answered as such and why the approach is as such. I hope that helps. So again, another set of questions based on the same paragraph, again, which is why I don't recommend you reading the passage first. You can do it later if you want to just check at the end of the exam paper after you've done everything else. You can come back to check if you want to. Question here is this. Complete the notes below using information from the text. Choose no more than one word from the passage for each answer. So one word, one word. Number one is, happiness is achieved by removing the what in life. So we have to look for the word removing. So that's a keyword here. We'll hold on to that first. Number two, we feel happy when we something others. So something that's written that is pertaining to other people. Number three, there are something things in life are the greatest things in life. So something that's the things are also the greatest. And four, life is too short to worry about every something. So we don't know about that just yet. So let's go to number one. So number one, removing the what in life. Happiness is achieved in removing. So what are the possible answers here? By removing ignoring is similar to removing. We're not going to pay attention to it. So the negatives. So that could be an answer. So potentially it's negatives. Let's put it down first as potentially negatives for number one. Number two, we feel happy when we know that the only passage we talked about here that is pertaining to others is being able to help others. The rest don't really talk about other people. So we know that number two is help. We help others. Number three, the something things in life are the greatest. We know that the word greatest comes up in the first paragraph. Greatest are all these. All these refer to little things in life. And the keyword things is here. followed by the word little. So the little things in life I feel is the best fit for this answer. Number 4, the life is too short to worry about every what. So let's look if you can see any of the keywords. Life is too short. So life is too short comes out exactly here for us to be upset, to worry about every keyword also there, downfall. So I feel downfall would work here. So every downfall. So we know that works there. Finally, number 1, happiness is achieved by removing the negatives in life. Perhaps that could be the answer. I am not quite sure, but it's the best guess I have. Let's see if that's the answer. In 3, 2, 1. Hold on. There we go. So we got it right. So the first one was negative. It was a really good guess, and we did it through a negation of all the other potential answers. And then we did one by one by looking for the keywords. So you see how functional the format was. When discussing the questions, I didn't refer to my knowledge of what I read through the passage. I didn't require myself to have to understand everything and then memorize it to fit into the passage. I looked for the keywords. That's going to help you a lot. And then just look for the keywords by scanning the text. That way you don't waste time trying to fully memorize, commit to memory the answers of all the text. That's kind of redundant. You're going to have to do a lot more stuff later anyway. By this part of the exam, you're going to be tired, your brain's tired, you're going to be like, oh, don't do that to yourself. I think this format works best. And I hope you try it out. You can do that by going to our portal, or you can always rewind the video before I share the answers and try yourself to see if it works. All right, and that's basically it. That was the whole format for today's class. So I know it's a bit early and there isn't much to discuss because one, I don't get answers from students anyway. And it's pretty simple. You're all Form 4, you are Form 5 students. So I expect you guys to have that level of understanding. If you're confused and you have any other questions, feel free to ask. So I'm not going to pause here. However, I do have more time to spend with you. So here's what I'll offer you right now. You can ask any question you want to pertaining to the subject today. You can ask me any questions if you have any other exercises you have you want to discuss. If not, I'll go back to the beginning and I'll go through it one more time for your benefit. Why? Let me explain. I'm going to go through it one more time for your benefit because I do believe in observational learning. That just means you can watch this video and absorb the information as we go through. If this fits you, tell us and we'll develop this format for you. If it doesn't fit you, tell us also so that we can try something else instead. At the end of the day, we are trying to help you Form 5 students with the best we can to prepare yourself for the exam. So, all right, let's do this one more time for the benefit of our Form 5 students. So again, at the end of this class, what I want you to be able to do is answer your parents this question. What did you learn from today's class? For today's class, I would like you to have taken back a few things. One, that you understand that the information transfer section part 5 is part of paper 2 of basic English SPM paper, which means you only need to worry about this kind of question in paper 2 of the basic English SPM paper. This question will not come up in other papers, only paper 2. So you only need to worry about it in paper 2. So that's part of the notes I hope that you have for today. 2, you don't need to really remember how many marks it gives you. All I need you to remember is that for information transfer, you need to be able to extract information. It does not talk about you having to memorize or remember it, only needing to extract information. For those who are planning to be lawyers in the future, this is going to be good for you. Or if you're planning to learn literature or science or maths, but generally anything that requires you to read a lot. Sometimes text, you don't need to read the whole thing. You need to just find the information you need. All right. Again, we gave you some tips. The tips that I gave you personally, which I really believe in, is keyword looking for keywords for common vocabulary, and then to read the question first. I know we say here to read the passage, but I really recommend that you read the question first, so you know what you're looking for. After that, after you've done the whole paper and you have more time, you can always go back, read the passage and see, just to double check if your answer is correct. A lot of times when it comes to papers, you're doing time management. You're managing your time and energy. Because if you're tired by this point, because you overexerted, you're not going to do well in your other passage, in your other sections. So you want to expand just enough to get the answers, okay? But like I said, what you want to do is first, when you see the question, direct your attention to your questions. Read this first. Which paragraph A to C? So all you need to remember is A, B, or C. That will describe the paragraph here. So you circle the keywords. Being thankful, granted in life, paying attention to the good rather than the bad, and then aiding others. You scan through looking for aiding others, you'll find aiding others here. Help others, synonym, help aiding. So this one is B. This one is paying attention to the good rather than the life, rather than the bad, focusing on the positives and not in the negatives. So this one C, and finally this is A. Not that hard at all. Let's try it again with the next one. Again, it's question first. Complete the notes below using one word. Again, this is why it's really important for you to read the question. Sometimes students will put more than that to fit the sentence or try to use words that are not from the passage, and that students have lost the marks. I've seen this happen in like trial exam papers. So if you're watching this and you're still paying attention, this is a legitimate worry. Some students miss that fact that you have to or have not to use the words from the passage. Some questions don't require you to do that. You can use words that are synonymous. This one requires you to use words from the passage. So you really need to pay attention to that. So read the question first, then look at here, look for the keywords, removing something in life. When we others, we already know others is this one, help others. There's something in life, greatest things in life. Things are referred to in here, little things are greatest also. So little things in life. Number 4, life is too short to worry about every something. Worry is only seen, or upset is synonymous to worry, is the keyword here. And every downfall, so again, the word that we can use here is downfall. So here is downfall. And the number 1, even though it's a bit tricky, removing is to ignore. Ignore the negatives in life is the only word we feel we can utilize for to answering the question here. To answer the question here, which is negatives. So yeah, that's it for today. That's all I can give you for this question format. I do hope that for the Form 5 students available today, I'm seeing Divya. Thank you so much for joining us for today. Thank you to all our students on the YouTube page. Again, if you have been answering, I just have not been seeing it because I don't know if it comes out or not. If not, I'm assuming the 80 students have not been answering, and that's okay. Again, I'm not going to berate you on not answering or answering. It's fine. All right. Oh, now it comes out. Gosh, damn it. Okay. But hey, no answers yet. But hi, Rian J. Hi, Zirfa. Hello, Megan Tiran. Again, I don't know why YouTube doesn't show me immediately, but I am glad to finally see people. So hi, Selina, Nurin, Sabrina, Hakim, Zirfa. La bestnya. Oh well. So thank you, students, for coming for today's class. I think this format is great. I can finally see you. So before I end this class, please help me out here and tell me if this format is good for you. Do you like observational learning? If you do, please say yes below. If you want more time to attempt these questions, then tell me you want that. And I mean like right now, because I can finally see your answers. I apologize because the YouTube was completely quiet for me up until this point. All right. So I'm assuming this format works. Hopefully in the future, we can guide our classes in this format. That way you can always just sit back, lean back, and then learn through observation. Ideally that your notes show these things also. So again, like I said, at the end of this class, what you bring back when your parents go, when you go off the laptop after this, and your parents ask you, what did you learn today? Oh, Zarifa. Okay. Hi, Zarifa. So if your parents ask you what you learned today, you'll be able to answer them. Read the questions first, answer the notes. Paper 2 is where the information transfer comes out, and to check the question to see what this question specifically asks of. And then buzzwords or focus words. So these are the things I want you to bring back for today. All right, without, I'm not going to spend too much time on this anymore. If there are no more questions, everyone's understanding this, that's great. I love to see that. I think I'll call it an end for today. But before I do that, I'm going to stop. I'm going to call it a day by clearing the page. Say thank you, students, for participating for today. Thank you so much for attending class. I really do appreciate it. And now time for the announcements. The announcements are as such. 1, welcome back to my eKelas. don't forget to check out our official portal at eKelas.com.my. So for everyone on YouTube, please come onto the Zoom. Because like I said, like you saw today, I was not able to see the chat on YouTube up until the end. I kept refreshing, but I didn't see any text. I couldn't respond to anyone. Please join us on Zoom. That way I can talk to you. You can ask me questions. We can even discuss in depth why answers are as such, which I actually prefer because that helps you a lot. 3, the digital mission and photography competition is ending today. So please submit your photos if you were intending to participate. If you did not intend, participate anyway. It's a good competition and there are prizes. Number 4, tomorrow is Maths and Science live. It starts at 10. Our schedule is available online and we look forward to seeing you on the portal anyway, regardless. So my name is Teacher Umar. This is English Live brought to you by Max's eKelas. And I hope to see you in the next class. Until then, bye. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Zarifa. Thank you, Yen. Thank you, Nurin, Sabrina. I hope this class was okay for everyone. I wasn't able to see, but I think it was good. Rian asked if salah eja. Yes, kalau salah eja, you don't get marks. So, hi Abu. Hello Hakim. And thank you to all our students on the YouTube live for joining the class. Thank you so much. I will see you next time. Bye.